welcome to the BDP project. Here, I'm just doing the first use case. The first use case is finding out the Facebook mutual friends in using Spark. So here, the main difference between the Spark MapReduce algorithm to the Hadoop MapReducing algorithm is the matter of fact that Spark is 100 times faster than Hadoop. So it's easy to extract and process the data in Spark. Mm, so coming into the algorithm, the use case is the finding out the mutual friends. So for this purpose, first I have created a flowchart of how this program proceeds. So here, the first one is like we are providing the input. So the input has two attributes for each thing in the file. That is like we have the user as well as his friend. So say this is if the user has three friends, we'll be giving them as like the first user and the friend, user and the friend, user and the friend. So after doing this, I'm just using the group by operation to just map all these friends together. Like instead of providing a list, the Spark has got its own group by transformation to convert the data into the list, like to group the data into the list over here. So the next step is splitting, where we are splitting the each entry over here into groups. Like now A and B and C and D and E are split, and now the next one is like inside. The next one is the map operation. For the map operation, I'm just creating a function called map. Um, so after the group by, this is passed to the map function where uh, it's just um, where each user will be mapped with one of his friends and the other friends will be coming inside the list. So the next one is the shuffle sort operation, where we are mapping the two entries or the two different keys together. Like say here we have AB and uh, and here also we have AB. So this is mapped together. Um, so um, say we have AB over here and we have AB over here also. So these two ABs are combined and this is formed in the shuffle sort. And finally the reduce operation, inside the reduce function we are just taking only the intersection part of it and just displaying all the entries over here. So this is coming to the algorithm, like how it proceeds. So the first step is like we are going to we are going to take the input and split it line by line. Since the input is in this format, it forms a line, so each will be splitted. Then we are mapping each and every line to the key value pair of the first and the second attribute. So this will be formed as into an array of A and B. It is like it will be 0 and this will be 1. And the next thing is like group by transformation, where I am where it's taking all these attributes together and then mapping it with the key, where this first attribute is taken as the key, that is x of 0 is taken of the as key, and now this will be grouped as with as like key value pairs, where key will be the user and his group of friends will be the value. So after that, it is going into the map function, where the mapping is happening with this logic, where the main user will be the first person, and he'll be mapped with his first friend, and the other users will be mapped as the list of the friends. Similarly, it happens for all the cases. Now in the reduce by operation, in the first step, like it groups the data again with the key. So now AB will be mapped to another AB, and this data will be combined this way. um, this data will be combined this way, and then what happens is like inside the reduce function will be taking the intersection part of these two lists and finding out the intersected value over here, that is AB will be mapped and CD, and finally we'll be getting the value like A and B has got the mutual friends as C and D. So let's take a look at like how it proceeds inside the code. So the first step is like step is like we do have the main method where the first we are just taking the, as said, we are just taking the input to the lines and then mapping the each and every line into 0 and 1, as I have told here, like this, like I'm just mapping it like this. Then the next one is like group by key operation, where I'm just mapping each and every user with his own friends as a list. So that is happening inside the group by key, and then it goes into the mapper function, where it takes each like a user will be mapped to its to his friend with the rest of the users taken next. So that is happens here. So inside this thing, now I'm just considering the user as the first value. This is the first value, and the list of the friends like BCD forms as the value over here. Then I'm just in case if there is any kind of repetition, we are going to remove that kind of repetition. And the key, finally the keys, and the next thing is like the key is formed over here. Here the key is formed in such a way that in case if in the second time when B comes in first, we'll be sorting the first user with his friend, and we'll be just obtaining A at the front position, so that we'll be having the same key over here. Then finally we'll be forming the list, uh, will be forming the key with the user and his friends, and then the value will be the list. So the friend list will contain the list of all the friends other than the user and the his group mate. So then it goes to the reduce by operation, where we are obtaining the values this way, that we are going to shuffle and sort them. So the first step will be shuffling. So that will be done with the help of the reduce by key, which is inbuilt transformation inside the Spark. Then inside the reduce function, will be identifying whether any of the friends, like for every friend in the key, will be identifying whether they are in the value also or not. If it is that case, then we'll be calculating him as a mutual friend, otherwise we are not going to calculate him. So this is how this proceeds. So the second part of the question says to perform the same function with the help of the combined Facebook combined text. So for that purpose, what I have done is like I have uh, I have created I have taken the Facebook combined text as the input over here, like which has got a bulk of data. and the output is generated respectively in this format. So here is the output of all the users with its values and like with their mutual friends. Now here we can see that 0 and 1 has got these mutual friends. So this is the end of the project case 1, and thank you.